What's up? David here. Today I want to talk to you about how we are living in reverse. And this is sparked by an idea from Naval Ravikant. And he actually said, if we see a child that is unhappy, we tend to think like, oh, what's wrong? Like, what's going on here? Are you okay? But when we see an adult that is happy, we tend to think, oh, what's up? Like, what's going on here? And so it's like as if our reactions are reversed, and like society is reversed in these expressions, right? And so that's what I want to talk about today. How conditioning, how society can actually reverse the way that we want to think and the way we want to live. Because when you see a child out there, they are just genuinely happy. They're just genuinely able to express themselves, right? But then as we grow up, society gets in the way, and we now all of a sudden, or maybe not all of a sudden, but we tend to become more stifled. We tend to become more defensive and have an ego shell around us. And so we want to be able to express ourselves more. But the thing is, not only does society condition us to not be able to express ourselves more, but this is also biological in a sense. So in terms of biology, in terms of evolution, we as human beings, it's actually more favorable for us to be pessimistic versus being optimistic. And I'll give you an example of this. So let's say that there's a pessimistic person versus an optimistic person going into the forest. And they're going into the forest and they hear some noise in the bush, okay? And one of them thinks, hey, I think that could be a tiger. This person is very pessimistic, right? And they believe it is a tiger in the bush. The optimistic person thinks, no, that's not a tiger. We'll be good. But here's the thing. And this is why biology favors more pessimism. Because if there was a real tiger in the bush, the pessimistic person will, they'll be, they will be able to run because they were already in that defense mode. They were already cautious of the tiger in being in the bush. So that's why the pessimistic person can survive if there's a tiger in the bush. Whereas the pessimistic person, they'll tend to think that there is no tiger because I'm an optimistic person, and so they get eaten by the tiger. That is why nature will actually favor the pessimistic person. But, here's a big but we don't live in those tribal days anymore, right? We live in a modern society where there isn't going to be a tiger in every bush that we see. So this is why human beings, we naturally favor being pessimistic over being optimistic. But now, we live in a modern world. Okay, we live in a modern world where we won't be eaten by a tiger, where we are able to fully express ourselves and to be able, we have like a lot of freedoms now, like freedom of speech and freedom to just express ourselves, right? But we have become so conditioned by society that we're not able to just let go and just, be more happy. We're not able to let ourselves be more happy. So that is the video for today, is to be able to express yourself more, because you're going to realize that nothing's going to happen to you. People just might look for a second, but they're going to go on their way. They're not even going to care. All right. So this is a permission to be more expressive, to allow yourself to be more happy, okay, to live your life, allowing the good emotions into your life, just like that little kid, just like when you were as a little kid, instead of just being quote unquote a responsible adult. Okay. And I'm not trying to take away responsibility as an adult. For sure, you still want to keep that. You still want to keep your maturity, but just allow yourself to be more happy. Just let go, okay? So that's it for this video. Hope you found value out of this one, and I'll talk to you in the next one.